Welcome to this tutorial to learn a little bit more about the monthly tracking report in the labor pricing for profit software. Once we've gone through and done the work of modeling our company, we've determined exactly what we need to charge per hour in each area of the company to cover our cost of overhead and generate a reasonable profit. And we've put together the month-by-month cash flow projections, and we've spent a lot of time. We were at a very detailed level within our company. And we can't stay at that level of detail all the time. You still have to run the rest of your company. But it is critically important that you keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening on the financial side of your business. And so to that end, we've added into the software the monthly tracking report. To run the monthly tracking report, we're first going to make sure that we're in the tracking reports section of the left-hand toolbar, and then we'll click on the monthly tracking report icon in that toolbar. When this tracking report opens up, you can see that it's a relatively simple window that gives you the ability to enter in the current balances in 5 different areas. These areas are checking, savings, payables, receivables, and if you're large enough, inventory. Now each month, if you have this on your desk and you can see the changes in the balances in your checking account, savings account, payables, and receivables, you have a pretty good idea of what's happening within your company. The way this report works is we simply have a series of tabs across the top of this page. The first one, and the default one, is the statement itself for your current year. As we enter in the ending balances for each of the particular areas within our company, we can see the changes from one to another. If one month we have a very high balance in the checking account, but our payables is very high, well, we know that that's going to offset itself, isn't it? Just kind of gives us the ability to keep our finger on the pulse of what's going on within our company. Some people tend to be number oriented and prefer reports. Other people like graphs. And so what we've done within the software is we can now go in and simply click on any one of the accounts on the top of this report. For example, I'll click on checking, and we can see here the balances that we entered in, the change from the previous month, and then we've also plotted out that same information on a graph. Now once we have several months worth of information in here, this becomes extremely valuable because now we can start to see those trends in our company, and it will help us spot information or problem areas a little sooner. Let's, for example, take a look at our receivables. If I look at that, again, if I'm not a numbers person and I don't really like looking at the reports and can't take in the information, I can see my information over here plotted on the left-hand side. But when I look at this graph, I can see, okay, we have a problem that's really developing, and I should have been doing something back about the June and July time frame. So again, it's just a real quick report that gives you a snapshot of what's going on within your company. Now, I recommend that you always have the month-end balances for each month. But for the current month, if we're in the month of April right now, that this balance should be updated at the end of every single week. And then when we get to the end of April, that would just be updated with the month-end balance. But you need to be able to see the health of your company, the financial status of your company on a week-to-week basis. So I encourage you, have somebody in the office update these numbers at the end of every single week. Remember that you can set up a login code for that individual and let them simply enter in these balances. This concludes this tutorial. We encourage you to explore the balance of the tutorials that are available to help you get the most out of your labor pricing software. Thank you.